Hi there. I'm Kate Bergener. I'm a graphic designer and I specialize in interactive PDF tools that expand learning for users. I'm working on a lead magnet that demonstrates tons of different types of interactivity all in one spot to help people kind of open up their minds about what is possible and how it might apply to teaching the different types of things that they're looking to put into a digital product. Last time we talked a little bit about the different roles that a digital product could have in somebody's business. It could be a replacement for a done for you or done with you service, or it could be a downsell for somebody who's not a good fit for that service, or it could be a digital product that is a little bit more widely distributed that talks about a different system or piece of information that the person has a particular expertise in. So we had built a thing that had a chooser that showed you those different options. And then when you chose something from the drop down, it showed you a little case study based on a real project that I did for somebody who was achieving that specific goal and a testimonial about what impact that had on their business. The cool thing about having that drop down fire off the case study is that drop down can actually control all kinds of things throughout the document. And then rolling into this next piece that I'm going to talk about today, which gets into what might be the return on investment for a digital product for your business. This the drop down that let you pick which goal you wanted then can also highlight, hey, this is the part of this return on investment section that you need to focus on. So let's jump into the document and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so we're back in the same page that I showed last time. And here's the drop down. You would choose one of the particular goals within the drop down. And then right now, with nothing chosen, there's nothing indicating which of these sections are going to be pertinent to the user. But once they choose one of these goals, we could say, take the place of some of my done for you or done with you client work. Again, case study here. And then as you move forward, it has fired off a little badge that says, hey, this is what matches your goal. So it can really draw somebody's attention to, okay, this is specifically what I'm trying to achieve with my business. This is the part that I'm really going to focus on. Another very fun thing that we're using in here to give more context are tooltips. So right here, it's asking, or we're guiding through the process of like doing some of the math. And the first thing up is how much are you charging for this service that you're kind of like thinking about how it's going to relate to this digital product. So for this one, we really want people to only put in like a number, a whole number, no currency, no commas, no periods. It's going to be calculated, and that's just going to like mess things up if somebody writes like 4K, like that's not going to be useful to do the calculations with. So this tooltip here first says a little bit more context about what type of thing that you should think about to put in here. And then at the end, it says don't use currency or symbols, just numbers. And then we also have something that fires off. If I do put 4K, it's like, hey, please use a whole number, no currencies or other character. So let's put in 4,000 here. And you can see it converts it so it's like a nice, easy on the eyes way to read the numbers. And then it's also already done some simple calculations to show what price range might be a good idea for replacing a done for you service. You can put something in that talks about how long it might take you to do it. And again, we've got another tooltip here. And then you can choose a price from this range, but then it also gives you more context that says, hey, this range is just a suggestion. Figure out what works best for your business. You don't like want to be cannibalizing your own done for you thing, but like maybe you're trying to create this to serve nonprofits or something, and you know that they're going to need like a more significant discount, but like you're only going to offer it to them. It's okay if it runs under that range. Or maybe you're like, hey, my time is really valuable. This thing that I do is really valuable. This is more valuable than the price range that has been calculated. So you pick a price range or a price for your digital service or your digital product, And then it automatically tells you like how many of those you need to sell to match just one of your services. Um, which is really, and this question kind of helps you frame like, what would it mean for my business if I could sell a couple of these workbooks or other digital products and like get the same amount that I would have spent 30 hours of my time doing the service on? So this is just like a way to reframe the numbers for somebody. As we go through, this downsell one talks about the percentage of leads that you convert, and then after you choose like say 1 out of 4 people, well then you've got 3 people who didn't sign for your signature service. What if we think about how many of them might be able to convert to the product? So, okay, so now we have 1.5 new customers because of the 3 leads, half of them. And then, okay, so let's now come up with a price for this downsell. Maybe it's $1,200. And now it's telling you what the potential downsell income is just based on, okay, I've sold one of my regular services. Those other 3 people, couple of them are interested in, that's going to like result in this much income in addition to the price for your signature service. Digital product kind of gathers information about your reach and a conversion rate for what you might sell to those people. They're pretty low because that's sort of how conversion rates work on audiences like this. And then it also has like a greater range because a digital product that is not like specifically covering a specific service, like a done for you, done with you sort of thing, may not command as big a dollar sign. So it helps you do the calculations there. And then finally, we wrap it up as always with the like further explanation of the function. So we could talk about more context for what it looks like when you are working with multiple types of people, many different audiences in a single document, and how you can guide people around. You can use badges, you can uncover specific sets of questions, you can like jump them to different parts of the document based on where they should be. It's all kinds of cool stuff that you can do with a PDF. And I think that this is the section of the lead magnet that's really going to start to unlock like all of the things that can be wrapped together. None of the calculations in this are very complicated. They're pretty simple calculations. It's just a couple multiplications, addition, division, stuff like that. It's very simple. It is capable of much more complex calculations, and I've done them. But like the opportunity to let people plug things in as they read through a narrative, let people see their numbers in context and frame them in a like greater narrative about their business. I think the opportunity to do that is really useful for people who are thinking about digital products that might involve calculations. And then also the opportunity to put tooltips in fields right away where you're like, okay, I clicked into this field, boom, there is more information that I need to know or more things that I need to consider about how to use this field, which is really, really helpful to the user. And so you can unlock like greater usability that way. So this whole section, I think, is going to be like a turning point for a lot of people as they're going through the lead magnet. Because some of the stuff ahead of time is like, oh, this is kind of interesting. This is okay. This is like where you really get into the work of stuff, which is really exciting. So that's it for this section. Thank you for joining me on this whole journey. It's been really fun to talk about each of these things as I accomplish it. This one was very fiddly. It had a lot of formatting of numbers. It had a lot of moving things from place to place. It involved multiple types of functionality within one little portion of the document, which is always really exciting. Um, and it was just really fun to problem solve some of the things that were coming up. And I hope to build something similar like this to some for somebody else in the future. So if you have any questions, definitely get in contact. Leave a comment. I'll have a link in the description on where you can go to get your hands on the lead magnet as soon as it's ready. And I'll see you next time with the next piece of the lead magnet. Bye.